quick videos about our first chapter 1 in the Introduction to Agriculture Economics book. I think this first chapter is for the most part pretty straightforward, and there are not a lot of additional surprises in there for us. So when we take a look at the idea behind economics in general, it's all about scarcity. There are scarce resources that we have to make some economic decisions on what to do with. So as an example, if we just looked at resource scarcity, if you and I walked into the grocery store, we would leave with the grocery store wanting more than we could pay for. So as an example, if you and I walked into the grocery store and we each had $200, we would run out of money before we ran out of stuff to purchase at the grocery store. There would be a scarcity in cash. So we would try to make decisions based on what we felt was the very best for our economic needs. So the big idea behind economics is this idea of resource scarcity. The second idea I wanted to walk across was this idea of opportunity cost. Now, the opportunity cost is always the next best alternative to a set of choices that you could make. The next best alternative. So there is an opportunity cost associated with going to Bakersfield College. And what I mean by that is, if you're in a 3-unit class like agriculture economics, it should require about 9 hours of weekly work. Well, if you weren't taking this BC class and investing 9 hours of weekly work, there are other opportunities to do things. Perhaps you could get a job at $15 an hour and make $135 with those same 9 hours that you could have spent in our class. In that case, the opportunity cost of pursuing a degree at Bakersfield College is $135. It's the next best decision. And while $135 may seem like a lot, you and I recognize that we are attending colleges because we are not looking for minimum wage jobs. And most associate degrees and 4-year degrees pay much, much higher than minimum wage. So opportunity cost, the next best alternative. The idea behind that is also the fact that we're making some decisions, and every time we make a decision, there is a cost in those decisions. Opportunity cost is a way to quantify that. Now, one decision that we may make in an area of scarcity is specialization. So you'll see all these slides in your PowerPoint. I'm jumping to the last one. Kansas, in and of itself, could specialize in wheat because they're really good at growing wheat, but they aren't so good in oranges and they aren't good in potatoes. Conversely, Florida, they're amazing at growing oranges, but not so good at wheat and not so good in potatoes. Idaho, one of the potato capitals of the United States, great at potatoes, not quite as good in wheat nor in oranges. So specialization would suggest that you play to your strengths. You do what you're good at. Produce those oranges. And if your population needs some wheat, go ahead and go to Kansas and bring that wheat in and sell your oranges to Kansas. If you need potatoes, go ahead and reach out to Idaho. They specialize in potatoes. They're good at potatoes. And send your oranges to them and take potatoes in trade, or at least purchase the potatoes back. It's not that Florida can't grow wheat and potatoes or Idaho can't grow wheat and oranges. It's just, it's what they specialize in. It's what they're best at. If you're going to try to grow oranges in Idaho, up at the big north, you're probably growing them in a greenhouse. And it'll be super expensive. So specialize in what you're great at and utilize that to get the other resources that you need. Hope this makes sense. I'll cut another video for the rest of the chapter.